नमस्कार, फिर पैसा बोलता है में आपका स्वागत है। मैं आनंद श्रीनिवासन। 4 दिन के लिए मैं कुवैत गया था, आज आया। आज सोमवार है, मार्केट बंद है। मार्केट इसीलिए बंद है, आज गुरु नानक जयंती है और गुरु नानक जयंती के अवसर पर मार्केट शटडाउन है और इसीलिए आज कोई ट्रेड नहीं होगा। लेकिन आज एशियन मार्केट बहुत डल ट्रेड कर रहे हैं, लगभग 0.5% नीचे है आज। इसका प्राइमरी कारण चाइना है, क्योंकि चाइना में तो प्रॉफिट ग्रोथ स्लो हो गई है, ओवरऑल कंजम्पशन स्लो हो गई है। इसी कारण क्रूड की दाम में भी लगातार कटौती होती रही है। ओपेक की टैंट्रम्स के बावजूद क्रूड की दाम नीचे आती जा रही है। इन सब के कारण और चाइना ने भी डंपिंग शुरू कर दी है। स्टील में तो बड़ा डंपिंग शुरू कर दिया, तो ये समझ गई है कि कोई प्रॉब्लम है चाइना में, चाइनीज इकोनॉमी में बिजनेस एज यूजुअल नहीं है और इसी कारण एशियन मार्केट आज डाउन है। अगर चाइना की ग्रोथ स्लो होती है और प्रॉब्लम्स पर्सिस्ट हो जाती है तो ग्लोबल ग्रोथ भी स्लो होगा। इसी कारण से चाइनीज युआन और RMB पे प्रेशर आएगा और इसी कारण सभी साउथ ईस्ट एशियन करेंसियों पे भी प्रेशर आ सकती है। तो क्या होगा हम देखते हैं, बट लगभग ये तय है कि चाइनीज इकोनॉमी स्लो हो रही है। दूसरा इम्पोर्टेंट डेवलपमेंट है इसराइल और हमास के बीच जो 4 दिन की सीज फायर है, लगता है कि वो एक्सटेंड हो जाएगी, 2-3 दिन और एक्सटेंड हो जाएगी और हॉस्टेजेस को रिलीज करना जारी रहेगा, फिंगर्स क्रॉस्ड। तो अभी तो एस्केलेशन ऑफ वायलेंस नहीं हुई है, क्या ये परमानेंट सीज फायर हो सकती है, हमको इंतजार करना पड़ेगा। इसी हफ्ते में दुबई में क्लाइमेट चेंज पे कॉन्फ्रेंस है। जो बाइडेन ने आज अनाउंस कर दी कि वो इस कॉन्फ्रेंस में भाग नहीं ले सकते। क्या इस कॉन्फ्रेंस में COP28 में कुछ बदलाव की साइंस आएंगे, इसके बारे में भी हमको इंतजार है। भारत की मार्केट में GDP के नंबर आने की शंकाएं हैं, पॉसिबिलिटीज हैं। GDP की नंबर इस हफ्ते आएगी, इसके लिए हमको इंतजार करना पड़ेगा। और जो मार्केट की टेक्निकल रीजन के लिए जो 5 स्टेट की इलेक्शंस हो रही है, 30 तारीख तक इलेक्शन खत्म हो जाएगी और 1 को ओपिनियन पोल्स आएगा और ये क्या 2 दिन के लिए ओपिनियन पोल्स भी इस मार्केट को अफेक्ट कर सकती हैं। तो हम इंतजार करके देखेंगे कि क्या हो रहा है। ऊपर नीचे हो सकता है, लेकिन मार्केट में दम नहीं है, इसके ऊपर नहीं जा सकती। तो ये मेरा आज अपना व्यूज है जो मार्केट को मैंने देखा है। आज 2 न्यूज़पेपर्स मेरे भाई के पास पड़े हैं, उनसे वो प्रश्न पूछेंगे और मैं उत्तर दूंगा।
First thing which came in the news was 4 hours back, TCS been asked to pay $210 million by US jury for alleged misappropriation of DX source code developed by software or something. So the jury has come back saying that TCS should pay $210 million.
So this is a case that has gone on in America. $210 million is not big for TCS.
Yeah.
That is, it's about a million is 8 crores. So about 1,500 crores, which is about 20% of a quarter's profit. But TCS won't let go at this. There will be an appeal.
Yes.
And it will be a long drawn process.
Bain Capital set to focus on late stage tech deals in India.
See, there is absolutely, Bain Capital is one of those venture capitalists or private equity funds. Private equity funds in America are really facing tough times. Even big ones are not able to close deals which they had committed to close, because the assumptions was that EC capital would be available. EC capital is not available. Raising money has become very difficult.
Correct.
Especially after this surge in interest rates. And even Carlyle Group, which has people like Dave Rubinstein as its founders, one of the founders, is struggling to raise money and close deals.
Correct.
So Bain Capital is now what it's practically saying is that its promoters, its private partners do not want them to bet money on the startup ventures. They want companies which are already running, which are profitable, and which shows a certainty indefinitely that these companies, when they go public, will be able to demonstrate something, and so they are minimizing their risks. So this is basically a risk of trade. The funding winter will become even more deeper unless companies are existing and have revenue and have cash flow and are able to manage expenses on cash flow is where capital will come. Capital will not come on presenting a deck of cards today. That's what it looks like today.
And in the same paper, at the bottom, this says PE and VC deals bounce back after a year's worst show. The private equity and venture capital deal flow regained some momentum last week after Diwali, when deal activity slumped to the lowest recorded numbers this year, both in terms of value and as well as volume. Similarly, mergers and acquisitions activity is also seeing substantial recovery in terms of transaction volume.
These are vague ideas. What I'm trying to tell you is Zomato found it very difficult to raise money and was lucky to go public even before this crisis started.
Correct.
Swiggy is now saying that it never worried about profits. Swiggy says its goal is to become profitable before going for an IPO. So definitely Ola is also aiming for a public issue.
Yes.
Oyo is aiming for a public issue. These were the darlings of the private equity investors. If there is nothing to lose, why are private equity investors not investing in these companies? Rather pushing the promoter to float the company.
Correct.
So that they can get an exit.
Correct.
Yeah.
LIC plans to set up a fintech arm, and Chandan Mohanty has said after the loss, this is the right direction for LIC to rejig itself.
LIC is losing market share by fist.
Yeah.
And it's losing market share because its products are traditional, they are of low value and sold to middle class and upper middle class people. And even the middle class and the upper middle class, those who have access to banking don't buy LIC anymore. So LIC is stuck with the low-end product where nobody wants to compete with LIC, and Tier 2 and Tier 3 towns where people still think investing in LIC is going to be safe. But overall, it is very clear that LIC is continuously losing market share in new premiums added. And LIC will continue to do that. And any new product they launch is diversionary tactic and is not going to produce any results very soon.
Air India Chairman Campbell Wilson is saying impose limits on foreign carriers to boost local airlines. Government believes airports in places such as Dubai have developed at the expense of Indian airlines.
This is late realization. This should have been done long ago. And the Tata should have been allowed to set up an airline long ago. Basically, what Wilson is saying is there was an agreement where Emirates was allowed to fly all over India without getting reciprocal deals into Dubai. The Emirates is a success story, now being copied by Etihad, that is in Abu Dhabi, copied by Oman Air, and copied by Saudi and Kuwait Airways. Basically, what they are doing is they realize that they are in the Middle East, as they call themselves. So they can act as a springboard into Europe. And so they are basically, anybody Indian who wants to go to Europe or America will go to the Western style. But anybody who wants to go to the West Coast of America or Europe will fly to Dubai and then move on from Dubai. And the fact that they produce the fuel gives them a big advantage and makes it very cheap for them.
China opens probe into shadow banking company Zhaozeng. Reported shortfall of $36.4 billion in balance sheet. Is this a crack? Another crack?
नमस्कार, फिर पैसा बोलता है में आपका स्वागत है। जनवरी के महीने में मैं त्रिवेंद्रम आ रहा हूँ। त्रिवेंद्रम में आपसे मिलूंगा। जो भी मुझे त्रिवेंद्रम में मिलना चाहता है, नीचे दिए हुए जीमेल में trivandrummp@gmail.com में मेल भेजें और या नीचे दिए गए व्हाट्सएप नंबर में हमें संपर्क करें। धन्यवाद।